Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at are Mayan numerals. And Mayan numerals are also a positional values, and they're written vertically. And they're a little bit different in terms of what their base is. And so let me just start by explaining what we have here. We're always going to write them vertically, and we're going to use this series of dots. Okay? So let's just say we had vertically written a whole bunch of these. Okay, so we just have some number, and I'm just going to... Suppose it had 5 of these symbols lined up. Okay? The last symbol at the bottom, as usual, is your ones spot. Okay? Okay, just like in English, the last number is the ones. The next number up, which for us would be our tens place, in Mayan numerals, this is the 20s. Okay? All right? And this is where it gets interesting. The third number up is 18 times 20s. The next number up would be 18 times 20 squared. The next symbol up would be 18 times 20 cubed. And so on and so forth. So you take whatever this symbol represents times that. Whatever this symbol represents times that symbol times that, all the way up, and then 20 squared, 20 cubed, 24, and so on and so forth. Then you add them all up. Okay, so I started off with just a 2-digit number, 2 digits. So this one represents the 20s spot, and this one represents the 1 spot. Okay, so I'm going to look up this symbol in my Mayan numeral chart. Okay, and you could see that the 2 represents a 10 times place value 20. 10 times 20, 200. This is my ones spot, and this symbol here is a 7. 7 times 1 is 7, so this is 207. Okay? If we would have had more numerals, we would just keep multiplying times these values here. Okay, so now we're going to go backwards. I want to write this Hindu Arabic numeral 2163, 2163, as a Mayan numeral. And as I discussed last time with the Mayan numerals, it's always a vertical system. We're going to have these numbers written vertically. The last at the bottom is the ones place. This is the 20th place. This is the 18 times 20th place. Okay, and by the way, 18 times 20 is 360, because we're going to need that in a second. This would be the 18 times 20 squared spot. Okay, and 18 times 20 squared is 7,200, which, by the way, that is already bigger than what I need here. And this place would be my 18 times 20 cubed space, 18 times 20 to the 4th, 18 times 20 to the 5th. Okay, but at this point, I'm done because I noticed that 2163, it's less than 7,200. So whatever I end up with, my Mayan numeral is going to have 3 digits. Okay? All right, so the first place value I'm going to look for is the biggest one, because I want to start with the biggest one, which is these 360s. Okay? So I've already looked ahead, and I know that I'm going to have 3 digits. Okay? This is going to be my 18 times 20 spot, my 20 spot, my first spot, and of course I'm going to write these vertically as my answer. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to start with 2163, and I'm going to divide it by 18 times 20, which is otherwise known as 360. Okay, and I want to do some long division here because I need the remainder. And I find that 6 times, and I have a remainder of 3. So 360 goes into 2163 6 times with a remainder of 3. Okay, so the symbol I'm going to have in this spot here is the symbol for 6, which is that. Okay, now it had a remainder of 3, so I have to work with 3. Next place value is 20. 3 divided by 20. Well, 20 doesn't go into 3. So we have 0 with a remainder of 3. So the symbol that goes here is the symbol for 0, which is this, because 20 don't go into 3. And finally, 3 divided by the ones. Well, that's good. 3 with a remainder of 0. Notice I got a remainder of 0, which means I'm done. So now all I need in the ones place is the symbol for 3. Right there. So this is 2,163 written as a Mayan numeral. Okay, so all I do is I take out place values until I find my answer.